today at Cross Keys Park with Stephanie Blaine from Palmer Engineering, who's going to give us an idea of all of the new exciting fun things that are coming along with the project today.
Thanks for having me. This project originally came about because it was a high prioritized project in the Wolf Run watershed-based plan. The project is funded through a 319 grant, which LFUCG secured and then matched with local funding. So when you come out here, you'll see a lot of different changes to the park. We're going to be adding a trash rack up above the pond. We're going to be creating a wetland within the confines of the existing pond up at the top, and then doing some invasive species removal, which is most of it's already done, as you can see on the banks behind us. After the project's complete, we're going to come back with native plantings along the banks in any areas that are disturbed, and then also going to be putting in a new walking trail. So when you come out here, you might notice a few differences as far as the vegetation. Before, there's a lot of short turf grass. In the future, we'll have taller native grasses with patches of wildflowers and new trees that will provide some additional shading.
That sounds great. So we're getting a wetland, there's a trash rack that's going to help collect debris in the pond. Can you tell us, there are definite water quality benefits to this. Can you give us an idea of how it's going to help the health of the pond?
Sure. As water runs off from areas, especially in urban areas, it collects pollutants. Pollutants can be anything from sediments to chemicals. Once these things get into our waterways, they make their way down to areas like this pond and they build up, especially nutrients. They can come from yard waste, pet waste, or excess fertilizers that run off into the stormwater. The goal with the wetland is to plant some native plants that will uptake some of that nutrients and help to clean the water. We're also going to be installing a sediment forebay, which is basically just an area where the water can flow through more slowly before entering the wetland, and the sediment's going to settle out and can be easily removed.
Well, while we're standing here, anybody who's watching can look behind us and see that there is an island of dead trees, and I'm sure people are very curious about that. Can you tell us a little bit about why there are dead trees out there?
Sure. The part of the scope of the project is that we're going to do invasive species removal. So you'll see along the banks and in the island that's already been done. They've taken all the bush honeysuckle and some other invasive species out of there. We've chose to leave the dead trees specifically in the pond, but then also a few along the banks because they provide excellent habitat. Different forms of wildlife can use them for roosting and perching, all sorts of different functions. In central Kentucky, we have two endangered species, the northern long-eared bat and the Indiana bat, who these habitats are particularly attractive to.
So, right now the park is closed for visitors. Can you give us an idea of when the project will be finished and when people can come see it?
Sure. The park will probably be opening sometime late fall. The construction project is about halfway complete, and as the construction finishes up, you'll see the plantings going in and the park will reopen at that time.
Thanks, Stephanie. And for anyone who's interested in being involved with planting in the park, we will be having a volunteer day on Saturday, September 10th at 9 a.m. And you can come out and help plant in the park and see how it's going to look when it gets finished. And you can find out more at crosskeys2016.eventbrite.com.